Everybody, welcome to another episode of Stickman History and Gaming. We got a history segment for you today, and it is another episode of Aircraft of World War II. This is episode 3. If you guys don't like history and you guys would rather watch gaming, I have my Thursday videos are going to be gaming. And once school starts, yes, I have to go to school to get educational stuff done. Once school starts, Fridays are going to be my history segments, which are gonna get posted at like 6 o'clock at night, and Sundays are gonna be my gaming videos. So, just to give you a heads up. But anyways, this episode is about the Mitsubishi Ki-67 Hiryu. And this plane was classed as a heavy bomber, and it appeared way too late to have an effect on the Pacific War. So it didn't really do much. Made many attacks on B-29 bases in the marina, so one of their most important jobs were bombing American bomber bases in near the Japanese area, so they wouldn't bomb their homeland. This plane was called the Flying Dragon, and I would have called it a Hydra because it would have many different personalities. You will see why very soon. So this bomber was the absolute best bomber ever in the Japanese army. The prototype flew in December of 1942, and their production totaled 698 bombers, which included torpedo bombers, reconnaissance aircraft, interceptors, ground attack aircraft, and suicide bombers. So suicide bombers meaning they dropped the suicide bombers. So this is my last week's video was about the suicide bombers. So that last fact was why I would call it a Hydra of multiple personalities, because it has multiple different ways on how to function. It could be a torpedo bomber, it could be a reconnaissance aircraft, interceptor, any of those. So the interceptor actually was not a success, and only 22 were made, and they were never used. They were just sitting there gathering dust the whole war. So the Allied code name for this bomber, so they were talking to other bases saying, we're getting bombed by a Peggy. They would call this aircraft a Peggy. So they would say, we're getting bombed by a Peggy, or something like that. I don't know. So this plane had a power plant of two 1,417 kilowatt Mitsubishi HA-104 18-cylinder radials. That was a mouthful. The max speed of this plane was 537 kilometers, or those people that do live in America, 334 miles per hour. The range was 3,800 kilometers, or 2,361 miles. So range means how far it could go before no more fuel at all. Max takeoff weight was 13,765 kilograms, or 30,347 pounds. So now the dimensions of this plane. The wingspan was 2,250 meters, or 73 feet, 9.33 inches. So, it doesn't look like it, but, it'll get the job done. So the length is 18.70 meters, or 61 feet, and 4.25 inches. So, again, it does not look like it. It looks actually much longer than the wingspan if you put them next to each other. But, these wings are stubby. They're not. Absolutely not. The height of this plane is 7.70 meters or 25 feet 3 inches. Okay. They could freely stand up if they wanted to, I guess. So the armament was one 20 millimeter or 0.79 inch cannon, would be right here in the front. And then 5 12.7 millimeter 0 or 0.50 inches machine guns. So one would be here, two would be on this side, one would be here. So the bomber or torpedo load of this plane would be 1,070 kilograms or 2,359 pounds. And that is the Mitsubishi. This is a longer video, yes. So if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and you will never have to do it again on this site. You will never have to come back. If you put on your notification bell, then you will always know on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays and Sundays during the school days that I will be uploading. And you will be able to watch those as soon as they're out if you put that notification bell on. So, without further ado, if you could comment if you want to see any other history segment. And that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video on Thursday.